Aloha, I'm Lahaina Lee, and welcome to our new series, maybe it's a podcast, on owning property on Maui, where we'll talk about buying, selling, and investing in Maui real estate. Over time, we'll cover big topics like 1031 exchanges, investment returns on the island, and dive into specifics about mortgages, property taxes, and other nitty-gritty details about owning property on the best island in the world. We're starting with one of the most common types of investment properties here on Maui, short-term rental properties. Now, background. My first real estate adventure was a ski rental cabin at South Lake Tahoe. It was right at the base of Heavenly Valley Ski Resort. A buddy and I partnered on that property. We were fresh out of college, single, and honestly thought, how hard could this be? Spoiler alert, it could be complicated. Genius plan though, right? Well, it was a great adventure in real estate investing, and we learned some solid lessons like how wonderful it is to enjoy tax benefits such as interest deductions and the magical unicorn of real estate, depreciation. Those perks are still alive and kicking today. But here's the thing. Back in the mid-70s, short-term rental management, that was not a thing. We lived in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we couldn't exactly drive up to meet guests with a key or clean up after their epic weekend escapes. Also, this was way before Airbnb or even the internet. Yes, kids, there was life before Wi-Fi. So advertising meant newspaper ads and, brace yourself, posting on bulletin boards. Pro tip, do not post ski cabins on college campus bulletin boards. And security deposits? What are those? Payments were in cash or in checks, which came with its own set of adventures. We rented the cabin out by the week or the weekend, and one of us would take the 3 or 4 hour drive following the weekend, clean, make repairs, prepare for the next guest. Let's just say we became experts at unclogging drains and patching up questionable drywall damage. Over the years, we got married to different people, had kids, got dogs, had other responsibilities, and eventually it just became too much to handle, so we sold it. Now, on the bright side, we doubled our money. Woohoo! Thought we were real estate kings, and since we only put $2,000 down, just 10% down back in those days, the cash-on-cash return on investment was absolutely amazing. Of course, we did pay what felt like massive capital gains taxes back in the day because we'd never even heard of a 1031 exchange. Hindsight, you were a cruel teacher. Nowadays, owning a short-term rental is a completely different ballgame, with modern conveniences like professional property management companies, online booking, and cleaners who actually show up on time. Well, it could have been a passive, enjoyable investment. And who knows? We might still own the cabin. My 3-year-old daughter at the time called it the cabinet. We still might own that today. And I'd probably have a lot more ski selfies on Instagram. So if you're thinking of owning a vacation rental property on Maui, rest assured that technology and services are in place to make your investment as hands-off and passive as you want it to be. But there are still some hurdles like high homeowners association fees, restrictive zoning regulations, steep property taxes for short-term rentals, and lenders who don't speak Hawaiian condotel. Condotel is a common term here for short-term rentals. Alas, gone are the days of 10% down. But don't worry. Our team, Aloha Group Maui, has been specializing in short-term rentals for almost 20 years now. We've bought, sold, and owned multiple properties here on Maui. So we know the ins and outs like the back of our sandy hands. So if you've been thinking about buying a condo here on Maui, Well, here are 4 things you really need to know before you invest. Number 1 is the Homeowners Association, the AOAO or AOUO. Every condo association in Hawaii has one. They're responsible to maintain the buildings, the grounds, the staff, and sometimes even shoreline issues. You'll pay a monthly maintenance fee. Now, I've noticed these can cause a little sticker shock at first, but they cover a lot, and some cover more than others. So you have to be sure and find out what's included and what's not included in those fees. Because as they say, if you've seen one association, you've seen one association. Translation, they're all a little bit different. Number 2, rental rules and regulations. Many people, the vast majority of our clients, when they're looking at condos, they plan to buy a short-term rental that they can use when they want and rent it out when they're not here. But not all condo complexes are built for or allow short-term rentals, and zoning can be strict. So before you mentally start decorating your future beach house, make sure the property is properly zoned and the complex allows short-term rentals. Number 3, and this one is critical, and a lot of people don't know this before they come to Hawaii, but you need to know if the property is fee simple or leasehold. Now, what's the difference? Well, fee simple is the way you probably own your property back home, wherever home is. You own the building and you own the land underneath it. Leasehold is the way a lot of properties started here on Maui, and there aren't that many left, but there are some. And what that means is you own and you're responsible for the building, but somebody else owns the land underneath. And that means you owe a lease payment. You have to rent the land every month. And the lease has an end to it, and there could be some consequences to that. Next comes the world of condotel financing. Getting a mortgage for a short-term rental condo here on Maui, it's not quite like buying a single-family home back home, wherever that is. First of all, there are only a handful of lenders that will make these loans. And whoever your lender is back home, they're not one of them. So they're going to require a higher down payment, usually 25 to 30% down, and the mortgage interest rate is going to be just a touch higher. So that's the short version. In this series, we'll dive deeper into each one of these topics. We might get a little bit into the weeds, but don't worry, it's Maui, and even the weeds are better here. And when you finish with these, you're going to have valuable insights that will make you a smarter, more informed investor. As always, we love hearing from you, so drop your comments into the section below and your questions, of course. And if owning a property on Maui interests you, whether you're local, mainlander, or anywhere else in the world, hit that subscribe button and make sure you don't miss a thing. Mahalo for joining us, and from Maui, this is Lahaina Lee saying, Aloha!